Objective 20 to 22. This is some stuff that I'm hoping you've seen in middle school maybe before. Means and medians and modes and ranges. But obviously you've probably slept a lot since then. So we're going to refresh and make sure that you remember what these things mean. They're all different things we're going to use in statistics. Do we know what mean means?
The main number in there. Most used number.
Nope. Good. I mean, good guesses. Those are all maybe like one of these. But what does the mean mean? There's actually a word that starts with an A that sometimes
The average.
Average. So mean means average. But then I also want to put, how do you get the average of something?
Add them all
Add all of them
divided
divided
by
by
two.
So yeah, we will add all numbers, then divide by amount of numbers. No, it's not short enough. Add all the numbers together. You're doing it on your calculator, add them all up, hit enter, and then divide by however many numbers you had. That's what the average is, and the mean and the average, those words are interchangeable. So if I say, what's the mean of this? It means what's the average of this. Add them all up, divide by the amount of numbers. Now, median. Middle. I think of like the MED. Median, and then median kind of sounds like middle as far as these words go. So median and the middlemost number. So put middle. No. However, when you're given a set of data, it's not necessarily the middle number that you see. You've got to put them in order from smallest to biggest. So it's the middle number when they're put in order. Middle number are in order. So if I just gave you 5 different numbers, you're not going to just say the middle one. You got to put them in order from small to big. Then whatever's in the middle.
What if there was 6 numbers? What would you do?
Yeah, and we're gonna, when there's an even amount of numbers, you have 2 middle numbers, and we'll talk about what to do. That's going to happen on here at some point. When you have 2 middle numbers, you basically take both of them and average them.
Once you just add them and divide them.
Yeah, divide by 2. And that's going to happen once on this notes. All right, mode. What do you think of mode? Mode is like most.
Most used number.
Most seen.
Yep. Mean, average, median, middle, mode, most. So it's the number that happens the most often. And you can actually have more than one mode. If you were looking at a bunch of data, or you're looking at a bunch of scores, and 3 kids scored 90 and 3 kids scored 82, you could have a mode of 90 and 82. If it was a tie for the most. Your range. This is actually one of the easiest
The
ones.
difference
I know what it
between
is.
the largest and smallest numbers.
Yeah. The big number, if you have a whole bunch of data, you take the big number, subtract the small number, and that's the range. If you get a range question, that's a gift, because that's such an easy thing to do. Just big number minus small number. And I like the way that Coleman said it, because he used the word difference, which is the same as subtracting. He said the difference between the biggest and smallest number, which means if we took the biggest, subtracted the smallest. That's our range. Really easy. We'll come back to this a few times. Mean is average. Median, the middle number when they're in order. Mode is most often, and range is the real easy one. Big minus small, and that's it. All right, the following data are scores on a history quiz by 7 students. It's always good when it's 7 students, because that means we'll have a real middle number. If it was 8 students, we wouldn't have a real middle number. All right, first, place these scores in order. They are not in order. 88 is not necessarily the median, just because it's in the middle right now. Put them in order. So what's the smallest test score we got?
54.
54. Followed by
62.
62. Then we got a couple 73s. 88, 91, 99. There we go. Now that you've got them in order, and you really have to put them in order really for the median. It also helps for the mode to be able to see it better if they're in order, because now you can see you got those 73s next to each other. The mean, they don't have to be in order, but we're putting them in order anyway. If I want to find the mean of these test scores, what do I need to do?
Add them all together.
Add them all up. So 54 plus 62 plus 73 plus another 73 plus 81 plus 91 plus 99. Just like that. Hit enter. Add them all up and hit enter.
500.
And then 533. How many test scores were there?
7.
So divide by 7. There is your average, 76.14. We'll stop after the 4, round that up. Make sure the camera can see that. 76.14 is the average. 76.14. That 2 kids got that on the test, and then 76. And I guess that's an alright average for a test. Median, dead middle number. It was not 88, just because it was in the middle up here. What is the median?
73.
73. Which one?
Either.
It's that one. But either one. It's 70. It doesn't really matter. But just so for knowing sake, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, dead middle, circle the median. Circle the median. 7. Median right there. 73. Also happens to be the mode. Why is 73 also the mode?
It's most commonly used.
Because we have two 73s and we don't have anything else that's duplicated. So 73 is the mode. Remember, you can have many modes. If you have a bunch of numbers that occur twice, you could also have no mode. If we didn't have any repeating numbers at all, no mode. And the range. On the range, I'm going to take what and subtract it from what?
The 99 subtracted by
99 minus
45.
Yeah. Big numbers, 99. Subtract 54 and you get 45. So your range is 45. That means all the data you got falls within 45 places from each other. Between 54 and 99. Alright, 4 examples that we're going to see. Example number 1. They don't even tell you what these are. They say, what are the mean, median, and mode of the data in the following sample? Now look at your answers real quick. All answers have 3 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Those answers are in this order. Mean, median, mode. So on A, this is mean, median, mode. Mean, median, mode. Mean, median, mode. The way they list it is the way they are in the answer. Let's find the mean first. How do you find the mean?
Add them all together.
Add them all up. We got 4 plus 22 plus 17 plus 22 plus 16 plus 8 plus 22 plus 1. If you add them all up, make sure you get the same thing I'm getting, which I'm getting 112. Are we all getting 112?
Yeah.
Now, how many pieces of data were there?
8.
So divide by 8. And here's our mean. It looks like our mean is 14. So you have 2 means that are 14. Cross the other 2 out. B and D don't have a mean of 14. Now this one, look at do you see they both have a mode of 22? Can you see that's because there's 3 22s?
Yep.
What do we need to do to find the median though?
yeah,
Them in order.
16, 17.
Let's put them in order, that way you can see. Oh yeah, but we need to see the middle too. So you've got 1, 4, 8, 16, 17, 22, 22, 22. 1, 4, 8, 16, 17, 22, 22, 22. Did I get all 8 in there? Okay, what are the middle numbers on this? Because we don't have a true median.
16 and 17.
This one is 16.
Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3 numbers this way, 1, 2, 3 numbers that way. Yeah, so when you have 2 middle numbers, you could add them together. 16 plus 17 is 33. And divide by 2, and you get 16.5. Or, as I think Jacob, did you just see that halfway between 16 and 17 is
Yeah.
probably 16.5? Yeah. If you got 16 and 17 as your middle numbers, then the median would be 16 and a half. If you had 16 and 18 as your middle numbers, the middle would be 17. So this one is 8. Okay, let's look at example 2. We're talking about a girls' soccer club selling car wash tickets. Below is a list of the number of tickets each member sold during the first month of the sale. Find the range of the data. Now, these are all the girls' ticket sales right here. What would the range be? Who sold the most tickets? 28. So we got 28. What was the least number of tickets sold? 2. Yeah, this is just 2. So we got 26. So our range, very easy question, is 26. Example 3. This throws people off because of this table. This is the Friday attendance at a local theater is shown for the last 7 weeks. What is the median Friday attendance for the 7-week period? Now all this table is showing is the theater every week on Friday is saying how many tickets they sold. So they sold 137, 110, 119, 145, 94, 126, and 110. These numbers over here don't concern you other than the fact that this was the first Friday, that was the second Friday, that was the third Friday, that was the fourth Friday. Here's the data right here. So this is the data. Now if you want to find the median of the data, what are you supposed to do? Put them in order. What's the smallest ticket sales?
94.
94, then what do we have?
110, 110,
A couple 110s.
119, 126, 145, 154. 7.
Plus 7. Alright, so if that's in order, and if there's only 7 of these, then we should be able to easily see what the middle one is.
119.
119. So when this box pops up for ticket sales, do not let that box mess with your brain. All that they're doing is saying that they charted this out as if they had this on paper. Week 1 we sold this many, week 2 we sold this many, week 3 we sold this many. The data is the ticket sales right here. Put them in order. Find out what the median is. If you needed to average them, add them all together. Divide by 7. If you needed to tell me what the mode was, what would it be?
110.
110, right? Yeah. Mode. What happens the most often. And if you needed to tell me what the range, what would you do?
Subtract 157. Oh, wait.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, okay.
Subtract 157 minus
94.
94. So you should be able to do mean, median, mode, and range. In this case, it was median. Now this last one is a little bit tedious. That's why it's on here. Which of the following sets of numbers has a median of 1 or 11.5?
C.
B.
Now, before you even start this, what you really have to do is you really have to put all these answer choices in order and look at their medians. But I would look at D first and understand why D cannot be the right answer.
Is
No,
it
there are no
11?
numbers higher than 11.
Yeah, if all the numbers are less than 11, there is no way that 11.5 is the median of it.
No, look at C.
Now when we look at C, we have a similar problem with C as well. The median, the middle number is 11.5. Well, how many numbers do you have that are less than 11.5 on here? 1. So there's no way. If only one number is less than 11.5, there is no way. What about an A?
Same deal.
Yeah, same deal. If we only have one number less than 11.5, there's no way 11.5 could be the median. So it's got to be B. But let's just make sure. Sometimes you'll get it down to 2, and you just need to put them in order and make sure. Tell me B's numbers in order.
5, 6, 11, 12, 13, 15.
All right. What are our middle two numbers?
11 and 12.
So after it's got to be 11.
It's got to be 11.5. This one works out to where you can eliminate and see that. Sometimes you can eliminate 1 or 2, and you'll have to put an order and check. And that is it for mean, median, mode, and range. On the front page real quick, again, just before you file it away. Mean. What does mean mean?
Average.
Mean means average, which means add them all up, divide by how many things you had. Median is what?
Middle.
Median's the middle, once you put them in order. Mode means
Most often.
most, and range is
Big
Biggest,
number.
That's the smallest.
Biggest,
biggest minus smallest, or like Coleman said, difference between the biggest and the smallest. All right, that is it. Mean, median, mode, and range.